name's Jonah.
And my name's Joe, and today we're playing
Dodos Riding Dinos.
Yeah, that's right. This is a new game that's coming to Kickstarter very soon from Draco Studios, developer Detestable Games, art by Nomo Sapiens, and 3D sculpts by Marchand Atelier. This is a prototype copy of the game, not a finished copy because it still hasn't been on Kickstarter yet. But this is a racing game where you're playing cards and think Mario Kart. It's kind of like that, except we are dodos on dinosaurs. So to get set up, every person is going to get 6 movement cards, which are these ones with the red back here. Everyone's going to choose a dinosaur as well. So I have Osborne and Ronaldo. So whenever I make an attack, I do 1 extra damage. And whenever you take a damage, you have to discard a card from your hand.
And move back.
No, well, yes, and move back if I hit you with it. Yep. We also have because we're only playing with 2 players. There's an option to put in like a robot player or just a ghost character. So we have a 3rd player here that will be playing. That is playing Cuvier and Patrice, who is like a pterodactyl. And then Jonah, you are playing Godfried and Valerie.
It's Godfried.
Godfried, yep. And Valerie, you said, is the Velociraptor's name. And your special ability is advance 2 extra hexes every time you play a fast card. So there are 3 different types of cards in the deck. There are blue cards, red cards, and green cards. So the blue cards are normal cards, the red cards are aggressive cards, and the green are the fast cards. So green cards can't be played during the first phase of the game. So the game plays in 2 phases, which we'll get to in a second. The blue cards are normal. You play them, and you're going to take your movement, and then you're going to do the action on the bottom. And the red cards are aggressive. So these ones you'll take movement still, just like the blue cards. And then as long as there's no one else played another red card in this game, so if there's 2 red cards or more showing, then you rage and you can't do your ability because you're just in too much of a rage. But if you're the only person to play the red card, including our Robo Ghost player over here, then you'll get to do that damage or that ability. And like these are really good. So like this one's a giant meteorite. Throw 1 meteorite of 5 damage for each dino hit. Draw 2 cards and advance 2 hexes. That's so good.
Mine shooting comments.
Yeah.
I also have a mega blocking.
So you may be asking, how do I do damage though? Do I just pick someone and do damage? No. Not only is this a racing game, but it's also a dexterity game. So if you attack someone with a comet, you have to actually hold the comet at least a foot above the board and drop it on them. And whoever it hits takes damage, including yourself. If you throw an egg at someone, because there's an option to throw an egg, you'll actually move your person off the hex and go from the middle of your hex, and without using your thumb, you'll flick it at another person, and every person you hit with the egg takes that damage. And then there's also a banana as well, so you can toss a banana, and to throw the banana, you actually have to put your elbow on the table and throw it like this, and try to hit people. And then they take the damage, and it might tell them to go back spaces or something as well. So we'll get to that when we get to those cards. But that's the 3 attacks that you can do in the game. So the game's actually played in 2 phases. The first phase of the game is the scheming phase. During that phase, we're each going to choose a card and put it face down in front of us. It has to be a blue or a red. You can't play green cards during the scheming phase.
Scheming phase?
The scheming phase where we just choose a card and put it face down. Then once everyone's got their cards face down, we're going to flip them up, and we're even going to flip one up for our Robo player here. And then every person in turn order is going to resolve their card, taking their movement and then doing their ability. When you start taking your movement and doing your ability, that's called the running phase, because we're actually running. During the running phase, you can use your green cards to like block someone trying to shoot a turtle shell at you or something, or not turtle shell, an egg or a meteor or something like that. And then at the end of the running phase, every player will draw 1 card unless they're in the lead. So whoever is in the lead will not get to draw a card. Okay? Okay. And then we pass the first player token, and then we go on to the next round. We go back to the scheming phase again. You may be asking, Jonah, what happens when I run out of cards? Because you only get to draw up 1, so what happens if someone does damage and makes you discard all your cards? Well, if at any moment you run out of cards, you can go back 3 spaces and then draw 5 cards. But you have to go back 3 spaces to do it.
I don't care.
Okay, so the last part of the setup that we have to do, actually, is we have to decide who's going to be the first player. And the way to do that is we put this in the middle of the board, and then we count to 3, and the first person to grab it gets to be the first player, because they're the fastest. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, so Jonah's the first player. Oops, we messed up the board because we're so excited. So where's your character, Jonah?
Right here, in the front.
In the front, okay. So the robot player will have go second, and then I'll go third behind you.
Why am I in first? Like,
Oops, that's the wrong person. I'm in third. There you go. And so
Wait,
we
no,
are.
you're not supposed to be in first.
I'm in third. So we're going this way because we're behind the start line. So we're going around, and so there's actually 2 tracks on this board as well. There's a larger track and the smaller track. For this playthrough, we're just going to do the smaller track. So this is our start line and finish line. So we're behind it. We got to go all the way around the board in these white hexes, and then past it again. And it's not the first person past it that wins. So if 2 people go past it on the same turn, whoever goes further wins. So if I go past it and land here, but you go past it and land up here, then you'll win, not me, even if I went first. So it's whoever goes further, okay? And you can get knocked back. It's at the end of the turn if someone's past it. So if I go past it and then you hit me with a shell that makes me go back, or a banana or something that makes me go backwards, then I have to go backwards and I didn't win yet. Okay? So go ahead and pick a... Maybe. Alright, let's go ahead and pick a card.
Here you go.
Oh, no, that's yours, because you're the first player, so we'll put that there for now.
And then we have to do it again for the second player.
Nope, that's it. We just go around in turn order, so.
I'm going to do the please and
Oh, no, don't tell me. Just put it face down. As long as it's not green, it has to be a blue or a red card.
Wait, blue or red?
Yep. A normal or an aggressive card. You can't play the green ones right now. Okay, so we're all going to flip up our cards. So I played a blue, he played a blue, and you played a red. Of course you did. All right, so we start with you. So roll 2 dice and then advance that amount. Steal 1 card from all players with dinos you pass, and they take 1 damage. Well, I'm glad it's not me. So I'm going to count this as passing him. So you go 7 spots. You go ahead, you can move them. Why am I moving them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Alright, so I'm going to count that as passing him because you're on the same space as him. And so you get to steal 1 card from that player, and they take 1 damage. So I'll go ahead and steal a card without looking. Alright, and then go ahead and choose 1 for them to take the damage. That goes in your hand. And then choose 1 for their damage. Okay, and we'll put that right here. We'll discard it.
Oh man, that was the last fast.
Okay, so now it's his turn. So he gets to move. The ghost player will actually move their movement on the card, plus their movement on their person for red, or for blue. If it was red, you'd multiply it, and then green, you roll however many dice it says there. So this says 2 movement, plus 1 is 3. So 1, 2, 3. They do not take their special abilities. The red cards have some special, if they're the only person to play red, they'll actually do damage to people they pass and stuff like that, but they played blue, so we don't have to worry about that now. Mine is Dino Jump. I get to move 2 spaces, and it says, can dinos even jump? Roll 1 die and advance that much. 5. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, you're on 6th.
That's good. So I caught up to you, even though I was behind you because I'm a slow start. All right, so the last part of the round is every person that's not in the lead gets to draw a card. So Jonah's in the lead, so he doesn't get to draw one, but me and the ghost player do. And then we pass the first player token. So now the ghost player is the first person, and we'll go ahead and choose cards. So they just play the top one.
Wait, now can we play greens?
Nope, greens can only be played during that second part of the turn. So like, if it stops, so if I target, like if I was going to throw a banana, you could play like a not so fat, or a blocking and stop me from playing. So only red or blue right now.
Dodo Riding Dinos. Come on, choose cards.
Alright, I chose. Let's flip up. I played a red. Oh, Jonah, you played a red too? All right, so it starts with the ghost player here because they're the first player. They get to move 3 because of the card they played, plus 1, so that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And because it's not an aggressive card, nothing else happens. Jonah and I both played red cards. That means that we're raging, so we don't get to use the abilities on them. We only get to move however many movements on these cards.
I got to move 0.
I get to move 0 as well, so we're both stuck where we're at. Ay, 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 ay. Alrighty. So those go away. I become the first player now. Everyone that is not...
I get to draw up a card.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do last turn?
What?
Because you were in the lead, you move 1 extra space. That's supposed to happen, so you're actually supposed to be there. And now you're still in the lead, so you get to move another space, but you don't get to draw a card. Me and the other player do. There we go. All right, now we're cooking. All right, so now it's I'm the first player. All right, Jonah, did you choose your card yet? Yep. All right, let's flip our cards. Scheming phase is over. Oof, they played blue again. Ooh, all right, so I get to go first. So I get to move 1. Oh, that's not good. And then I throw 1 meteorite for 5 damage. I'm going to try and hit the... I have to go a foot above. Oh my gosh. I'm going to hit all of us. Oh no, I missed! Alright, well, that's all that gets to do then, since I missed with my meteorite. So now we go to Jonah's turn. So he gets to move 1. And it says, yoink. Steal 1 card from all players with dinos in front of you. But there's no dinos in front of you, so you can't steal from anyone.
Oh man, I need to draw back up.
Now, before the next person goes, I want to play my fast card, the green one here.
You get to move up 1.
So, such a gift. Take 2 damage, roll 1 die, and advance that amount. So I'm going to roll a die. Well, I got to take 2 damage first, so I got to lose 2 cards. I'll lose them randomly here.
You're going to lose up your cards.
And if you have any green cards, you could stop me from doing that, possibly. If you wanted, unless you want to save it in case you get attacked.
I do.
Okay, alright, what are you doing?
Black.
Block. Fossil power, cancel any effect. Great, thank you. I'll take my 2 cards back and say it all got canceled. And do you have anything special? What's your person's special ability?
Move 2 more extra times.
2 extra hexes every time you play.
Play a fast card.
And you just played a fast card, didn't you?
1, 2.
Great. Alright.
I'm gonna be the first one over.
Okay, so now this guy's turn. He'll go 4 spaces this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You're way behind.
Alright. Alright, so Jonah's still in lead, so guess what? He gets to move ahead again. I get to draw a card, the robot player gets to draw a card, and then Jonah becomes the first player.
I need more cards.
Oh, if you don't have any cards, do you have a blue or a red at all?
Yes.
Okay, then you have to play that still. You can't get...
play
Don't tell me what color, because that might change what I do.
Zoom, 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 zoom.
Okay, and flip them. Aha, meteorite. Okay.
Before you do this, I want to do something. Before you hit. You won't hit because I'm gonna put.
Wait. Oh, not till I get to my turn. So we start with you. So you're the first player. So the Jonah, you go ahead and go first. You get to move 1, and your card says thievery. You have to do a villain laugh. Exchange your hand with another player. No! Oh, that was so bad! Man! You have crappy cards left! Alright. Fast legs. So the challenger, or the robot player, here drew a green card. And for that, you just roll a die. So Jonah, go ahead and roll the die for them. And that's how many they'll move. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, they passed you!
So I get to draw a card.
Not yet. It's not the end of the turn yet. Alright, so now it's my turn. I get to move 2. 1, 2. And I get to throw 2 meteorites for 3 damage each. And then...
You're gonna hit yourself.
No, I'm gonna go for you 2.
No.
Yep. you have anything that can stop it before I do it, or no? I don't think I do.
You did.
I did. Whoa! I was blocking. And because you played a green card, which is a fast card, what do you get to do? Nope, that's not you.
1, 2. And then I get to do.
No, you don't get a card. So now we're at the end of the turn, so you'll go ahead and move an extra one again. And then me, nope, I already moved you, I'm sorry. There you go. And then me and the other dinosaur will get a new card. Wow. Okay, pick a card to play. I'm ready. I didn't have much choice. Alright, let's go ahead and flip. Oh no. Alright, so we start with this guy, so he's going to move 4 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's it for him, because he played the banana card, but he doesn't get to do that action. I'm going to take Earthquake. Brace yourselves. All players pass their hands to the player on their right. Wow, okay, so you get my hand. No, you're not on my right. I get your hand. He gets my hand, and you get his hand.
Yay! I got more cards again.
Oh, these are garbage! Alright, so then, Jonah, you get to go. So you go 1, and then what do you get to do?
A meteor.
Throw 1 meteorite for 5 damage. You have to go a foot above. Remember, if you hit yourself, you take the damage.
Aye!
Did you hit yourself? I didn't see it.
Well, I didn't fall, but...
It didn't matter if you fall. Did you hit yourself?
But,
Oh, you did!
No?
You did!
No.
Alright, so this guy takes 5 damage. You take 5 damage, which means you discard 5 cards.
What? That's...
All your cards.
1, 2,
And then each dino hit... Oh, for each dino hit, draw 2 cards and advance 2 hexes. So you don't go back, actually. So you get to go forward 1, 2, 3, 4, and draw 4 cards because you hit 2 dinos. Dang it! But since the robot player is out of cards, or the challenger, they have to go back 3, and then they get 5 more cards, or 6 more cards, I believe they get.
Yes. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Alrighty, well that's the end of that. So Jonah gets to move ahead 1 more. He's only 3 spots away from the finish line. I become first player. I get a card, and this. Look how far away I am. How are you so far ahead of me?
Because you don't have many good cards. I mean, you're a good deck and 2 crappy cards. I had crappy cards, and then everything just turned out bad for you.
I know. Alright, let's flip our cards. Blue, red, blue. Okay, so I start. So I get to move 1. All players with dinos in front of you must give you 2 cards. So I'm going to take 2 from him. Do you have 2 cards you can give me? You must give me 2 cards. Why don't you just play that?
Black.
Yeah, huh? Which means I don't get my power. What happens when you play a fast card?
1, 2. And I just need
Okay,
to
so what do you get to do for that card?
knock down bananas.
No, first you do your movement. Okay, then what do you do? Throw at the same time 2 bananas. Well, we only have 1 banana because this is the prototype, so you'll just throw it twice. Remember, to throw the bananas, you have to put your elbow on the table, and then you kind of go like that. Great, that's me. Okay, so go ahead and throw again, because you got 1 more banana.
You have to go back 6 paces.
So I lose both my cards.
You have to go back 6 spaces.
No, I only go back 2 spaces. All dinos hit must go back 2 hexes. Cool. And then this guy's gonna go 3 spots. And that is going to end the game because Jonah's past the finish line.
Even though that was
I barely. Look how far I got. How the heck, Jonah? Man. Well, that's Dodos Riding Dinos. This is a really cool game. I really like this. We each have special powers. Unfortunately, I was never able to do damage because Jonah always blocked it.
Yeah, you didn't even remember that you had a block.
I should have blocked your ability. I know. I forgot I had that card. So darn it. And this does go up to 6 players, I believe, which would be crazy, especially on the big track. That'd be a lot of fun, huh? Having 6 people all trying to...
Yeah, but we can't go to, like, people's houses right now.
That's right, we're in quarantine. But this was fun with just 2 people, too, and the ghost, or the challenger dinosaur, too. Who did better than me? Without any abilities, they just slowly walked around the board.
You didn't even move.
This is a lot of fun. I'm excited for this. And the Kickstarter version of the game is actually going to have miniatures that you can play with as well. So little Dodos Riding Dinos that you can move around the board. And it'll also include, I believe it'll also include these wooden pieces just in case you don't want to throw these at your miniatures. You just want to keep them pristine. But I mean, these are just little wooden bits. I don't think they're going to hurt any of the miniatures that much. But well, what do you think of the game?
I think it was super fun. I don't believe my dad barely moved.
I believe it. It's a racing game. That's how it always happens to me. If you're gonna rate it, what would you rate it?
I rate it 10 out of 1,000.
10. That's really bad. 10 out of 1,000.
I mean 1,000 out.
1,000 out of 0. Whoa. Okay, that's really good. That's insanely high. There are more dinosaurs, like I said. There's Parks and Will, Gilmore and Quake, and Marsh and Spike as well. So there's other Dodos and Dinos here. The art is fantastic in this. I think it's just wonderful. Like, everything is so good with this game. I'm super excited for it to launch on Kickstarter.
If you look at this, you can see like clouds and stuff.
Yeah, you can.
It's amazing artwork.
It is amazing artwork. They did a really good job.
It's like they put stickers on there.
And all the cards have artwork on them too, so like that matches the rest of the game really well. And they even, just in case you are colorblind, the 3 cards do have different symbols on the top. So the fast cards have like a claw coming down. The aggressive cards have a foot with 3 fingers, and then the normal cards have a foot with 4 fingers. So just in case you can't see color, that's awesome. That way you can play with
like
colorblind people like Uncle Josh. Yep.
Can you seriously not see colors?
He has trouble with like red and green. Yep. So that would help him out.
Oh, well, we have pink in there. It's like a pinkish red.
Yeah, it is. But that was our playthrough of Dodos Riding Dinos.
I can't wait to tell my mom about the score that I got.
That's right. Until next time, though, my name's Joe.
My name's Jonah.
And we're going to go ahead and play again. Bye, everyone.
Bye.